Matt Hume and Pat Miletich. Miletich very big in the Midwest and also a Thai champion, Midwest professional Muay Thai champion. So he'll be battling the 1995 WKA super middleweight champion in Matt Hume. And some natural support for Miletich. They do want him to crucify Matt Hume. He'll be making his ring entrance shortly. We've had 3 live bouts and, of course, one earlier with Myers in Glanville. Victories tonight to Alan Goes and Kevin Jackson, and the draw between Paul Jones and Eric Paulson. And now Pat Miletich will be escorted by Samantha Michaels, November 1996, Pet of the Month. Pat Miletich has his story to tell.
Pat Miletich. My name is Pat Miletich. I'm from Bettendorf, Iowa. Home state event. I spent a lot of time out in California, Westminster, California, training with Ken Gabrielson and John Lober, Rodrigo Gracie, and some of their fighters. I've also spent a lot of time with Continental Boxing champions, sparring with them, and also with a lot of All-American wrestlers. So I've kind of covered the whole gamut. Yes, I'm 15-0 in no rules events. I'm fighting Matt Hume from Seattle, Washington. He's very strong on his feet. He's very dangerous on his feet. He's a great kicker, very good with his knees and elbows. So I believe that I'm strong on my feet, but I'm probably safest taking the fight to the ground just so I don't risk being cut, because I think he kind of looks to cut his opponent to get the fight stopped. So I want to get the fight to the ground because I feel I'm much stronger than he is. You have to have a different kind of endurance. Wrestling has a different type of endurance than, say, stand-up fighting, so you have to be well prepared for both. You can be in great shape stand-up fighting-wise, but once the fight goes to the ground, you can get exhausted in a matter of seconds. So I believe the athletes are much better trained, better endurance-wise, and stronger in this type of sport. I suppose we're a type of an oddity in society, what we do. Not very many people have the desire to do what we do, or the ability, especially in this event with all the great athletes that are here. This is by far the best fight card I've ever seen. I feel a little like the small fish in the big pond type thing. So at this point, I'll be happy to win and go from there. Usually I do get nervous, but for this event, I'm just happy to be here and very excited and kind of chomping at the bit to get in there and show what I can do. I'm just very happy to be making my pay-per-view debut here in my home state of Iowa.
And there is Pat Miletich in the circular battleground first, waiting for his opponent, Matt Hume. Matt Hume, as mentioned, the 1995 WKA super middleweight champion. He's making his ring entrance very shortly. Here he comes, escorted by Elizabeth Hilden. He'll be in the ring very soon. Well, what's the inside story on Matt Hume?
My style is AMC pancration. Pancration originally was a Greek sport back in the days of ancient Greece, and it kind of died out, and wrestling and boxing stayed in the forefront in the Olympic Games. And we've kind of put it back together. We've designed our own style of pancration fighting. In pancration, you train to do everything. I was a kickboxer, I was a wrestler. I've done sambo, I've done a lot of different things, and whatever the rules are, we're ready to go. I've been doing a lot of sparring, and in that part, I didn't do as much sparring before the last fight as I've done this time. It's a pretty general sport. I've done the sports that I've grown up doing: boxing and wrestling, and Muay Thai. Each take a lot more damage in those sports than we do in this one, because there's so many aspects in this sport. As long as the guys are well matched, when they clash, there's going to be a lot of things going on, a lot of things to look for. You don't have to stand there like a boxer does and just stand there and punch away. Whoever's the better puncher is going to win that battle, and the person that's not good is going to take some head damage. Well, there's been a real progression in the audiences that have come to the extreme fights. Early on is kind of the beer drinking crowd that wants to see blood, and doesn't really know much about the fights. And especially when the fights would go to the ground, you'd hear boos because they wanted to see people standing up hitting each other. And now the crowds have become educated, and they'll clap when people go down to the ground now. There's still those wild people in the crowd that just want to see blood.
Matt Hume stating the case that the real battle occurs on the ground. Let's take a look at these guys in extreme members. Hume is 30, a couple of years older. Their height is identical, and Miletich is just a little bit heavier. Let's get the official introductions now.
Standing in the red corner, from Bettendorf, Iowa, Midwest professionally Muay-Thai champion with a record of 15-0. He is 28 years old, standing 5 foot 10 inches tall. Weighing in tonight at 179 pounds, we have Pat Miletich. Standing behind me in the blue corner, from Kirkland, Washington, 1995 WK super middleweight champion with a record of 226-18-0. He is 30 years old, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall. Weighing in tonight at 177 pounds, we have with us Matt Hume.
So Miletich and Hume are ready to go. I'm Dave Bontempo along with John Peretti, and we're joined ringside right now by the legendary venerable Gene LaBelle. Gene, welcome to our broadcast.
Oh, it's a pleasure being here, being with the best. Can't beat it. These matches are the best I've ever seen. And fighting. This is the start.
And we've had quite a good series of matchups here. So Miletich and Hume.
That was a nice low roundhouse kick, which didn't even faze Miletich.
You notice how he keeps them low, those kicks? Very good. I love a man that does kicks and can wrestle.
And the legendary Gene LaBelle is with us. Gene, we're glad your mic is open, and welcome to the show.
Hey, it's a pleasure being here.
Now we're seeing some of the strength of
Matt's got a front face lock.
Miletich trying to control from the top, taking some shots. Hume looks composed back there on the bottom as he fires some chopping shots here.
Well, you know, Gene, those little slaps on the back of the neck are just for distraction, right?
Distraction, but they all hurt. They all hurt there, John.
Afterward, one might say, I got distracted quite a few times in this fight.
When you hit somebody with the inside of your wrist like that, though, it's not really an effective blow.
Well, there's always something better, but it all adds up at the end.
See him digging his fingers in under his armpits to get those nerve endings?
That hurts.
Any place it tickles, it hurts, right, Gene?
But at this time, you don't feel tickling.
Miletich trying to assume control. He's had this position since early on, 2 minutes into their bout. Hume on the ground trying to utilize it.
You see him putting that left knee through now. He's starting to beat the guard.
He's inside the trousers now.
That's good. It's a handle. I love it.
Every inch so valuable Every little bit of control, so important as we come across the halfway point now of the initial phase. Matt Hume and Pat Miletich.
I thought Matt would have been more aggressive from the guard.
Well, he's probably waiting his opportunity to slip a leg over and go for a straight arm bar. I saw him, Matt, in his last fight, cut a person open. They had to stop it. He's a good fighter. They're both fighters. They're well matched. John Peretti did a great job of matching these guys very even.
Well, there are some good distractions, so to speak, by Hume. 3 nice distractions to the back of the head. And Miletich trying to smother and get inside those shots and try to mount.
Elbows in. Inside out.
The guard finally broke. Matt's not silly. He just doesn't stay down there.
Pat going for a single leg. It's very difficult. Oh, Matt is trying to go in the ropes there. Use the ropes as a third arm. He's got a front face lock. He's got a front face lock. If he can hook the legs together and arch, he's got it. It's broke.
Hume down, Miletich on top, continuing to try and gain control permanently. We're closing in on the final minute of the first phase of this match. A minute to go. Miletich has had the top spot from the beginning. Hume trying to fight out of guard. On the bottom, some clubbing shots.
I like the body blows by Miletich.
These are effective. They might pay dividends in phase 3 if we get that far.
I didn't see any real effective ones.
You think Matt's blowing up a little, Gene?
No, he's pacing himself. He's pacing himself. I love the name of Matt. That means he likes mat work.
Now pick off and they're both free. Big shot to the head by Hume.
Matt Hume with a very aggressive move to the head. Now, if Miletich chooses to stand with him, he could be in trouble.
Some moves by Hume. Quite the big shot.
That's down.
He hit a great grab.
Hume's opportunity came too late in the round.
And that's the end of the round. Round 1.
The phase is complete. Big attempt by Hume at the end of phase number 1. Kazanari getting ready to fight Maurice Smith. Coming off his big win last time, Murakami Kazanari beat Bart Vale rather handily in Extreme Fighting 3. He's an explosive leg fighter, very quick, and he will need all that quickness when he goes against Maurice Smith. That will be our heavyweight battle coming up later. And physicians attending to Matt Hume.
We look at
Pat
that.
Miletich. There's the takedown initially by Miletich. He would do it again later, but Hume would have his moments too. We've got a broken nose though. As you look at this, a broken nose by Pat Miletich. We're being told by Dr. Joseph Istwanik, and this thing is over. How about that, John? You talked about the knee by Hume, and it's going to pay dividends.
Well, I'm a little confused at the moment, actually. I really didn't think a broken nose qualified for a doctor stopping the fight.
Well, Dr. Joseph Istwanik has seen it, and a call has been made, and this one is over. The suddenness of Matt Hume gives him this bout.
Ladies and gentlemen, after the first round, the doctor stopped the fight, giving Matt Hume the winner.
Okay, so Matt Hume and Pat Miletich embrace after a broken nose we've been told, stops the bout. Gene LaBelle, thanks for coming by and sharing your comments with us.
You hit me with those knees. I had the
We'll
lay
be
on my
getting
back. I didn't want to catch any more
Dr.
of them.
Joseph Estronic in here to talk. Here's Hume, the knee upstairs. That may have broken the nose. He fired a few shots up there into the sensitive nose area, and that is what does it. Hume had a few seconds of offense, and John, you touched on it at the end of phase one. You said if he stands with this guy, it could be trouble, and it was.
Yeah, he started boxing, and you know, and Matt's a very skilled stand-up fighter, and he hit him with those knees, and he hit him with, what was it, a right hand. And we're here with Dr. Estronic, and Doc, I was commenting on that. I didn't think a broken nose was qualification for the doctor stopping the fight.
Yeah, that's one of the few qualifications that are pretty positive for stopping something. If you notice in the replays, the competitor actually was grabbing his nose as he stood up. You get the hints from the competitor. When he went to his corner, they immediately paid attention to the nose. And then when we went to examine him, he had tenderness directly over the bone. So a bleeding nose we don't have to worry about. But once they have bone tenderness, then we have to take precautions.
Now, does the bone actually go up? I broke my nose 5 times, but no one ever stopped the fight before. Does it actually, will the bone actually go up into his nose and hurt him?
Those were the old days. But all the safety precautions now. Once you end up with a laceration then over a broken nose, you now have an open fracture, and the chance of infection and all the other complications are much more serious.
Right. And the longer you wait on it, the more risk of infection?
Yeah, at this point it was bleeding internally, but he hadn't lacerated it yet. And should it lacerate, then you've got a much more potentially serious problem.
Could he breathe at that point in time?
Yeah, it's more the fracture that we're concerned about. It's not so much the breathing, because again, you can mouth breathe, you can breathe out the other nose.
Thank you very much, and we appreciate your comments, because I was confused.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so there is the medical viewpoint, the safety aspect of extreme fighting. Now let's go to Gretchen Van Derent.
Hi guys, I'm over here with Pat. Pat, let's talk about your nose. Did you feel like you could still continue to fight?
Yeah, it was fine. It was just a matter of, he landed some good knees, and I didn't want to, it wasn't that I was dazed, I didn't want to take any more, so I went to my back to put him in my guard so that I didn't take any more knees. I was kind of stuck in a bad position. But my nose has a crack all the way across it, and you can feel it. And it just broke loose again. That's all it was. And when the doctor felt it, he felt the crack in there and thought that I had, truly broken it. It may still be broken, but it wasn't a matter of me not being able to continue.
Yeah, at the end of the fight, where did it happen? Was it his knee that actually hit you in the nose?
Yeah, his knee caught me in the nose, but it wasn't that they were hard knees, but I was fine. It's just a matter of, like I say, I was in a bad position, caught underneath him, and I just rolled to my back to put him in my guard. It's obvious I had my faculties about me and stuff. I knew what to do in the position, so it wasn't like I was not able to continue fighting.
So you actually right now feel that you could continue to fight?
Well, of course.
Okay, so you're upset about what happened?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Dave.
Punches with Shoji. Oh, good right hand by Shoji. Shoji got finally into trouble. Finally turns his back.